So third question, how to build my network. So this must be how if you were looking to build a network, how would you do it? And how did I do it? So it's a great question because it's, it sound old here, but I'm the last generation that knows what it was like to do this in an analog version or before social media version. And I feel very grateful for that. And why I feel grateful is that I remember what it was like to do it. I wouldn't say the harder way, but I get it. I like that. I understand the different way of going about it, and that different way was that you would go and meet people. So if you imagine, like, when you go to a bar and maybe you're single and you find someone attractive and you want to go and speak to them, you might feel that anxiety that, what if they say no? What if they're not interested in me? What if what if you get rejection? And the good thing about when you're developing the network in the old analog way is you might face that rejection. So you learn to be able to interact with people. So things that you would generally learn is you would learn how to, make sure that your appearance was on point, because you would give you a better chance of making a good first impression. It would help you find out how best to come across. So how to initiate a conversation, how to introduce yourself. And these are all things that you might think are sort of slightly unusual, but in the world of social media, there's the potential that in this day and age, you could actually be sitting in your pajamas and never have met someone face to face, and you could reach out to them, have an interaction. So these are the things that are different between the older analog way of doing it and the new digital way of doing it. And that's not saying that it's one's better than the other. It's just they're different. And how I built my network was the first thing I went to do was speak to people that were much, much better than me and much more experienced than I was in the industries that I was interested in. So you would start by finding out anyone that you knew that was involved in the industry that you were looking to tap into. You would inevitably find someone, whether it was a friend or a friend of a friend or someone who knew someone, and you would find a way to speak to them. You would ask for an introduction. You would maybe go to their business, their place of work, or you would maybe try and find them at a conference or an event. And then what would happen is that you would become familiar with that industry and the people within it, because what you've got is this huge world. And then you want to target a particular part, say the business world, and then within that you've got little tiny bits that represent the little parts that make up the business world. So you can now hone in and find out who it is that you want to speak to.